Squirrel Girl was one of the last 5 characters that was brought to the game, along with, you know, 4 other duelists and Cloak and Dagger. And now we're going to take a look at what she brings ability-wise, how she plays in game, what's her strengths, what's her weaknesses. And I have to give a shout out to NetEase for getting Milana Weintraub to reprise the role. She's kind of been the voice of her forever. It feels really good in the game because it gives you that familiar feel. If you've seen her in any kind of cartoon action before, the unbeatable Squirrel Girl definitely feels very much familiar at that point. Let's take a look at her abilities. Squirrel Girl's abilities start with her normal attack, which is Blast Unicorn, using the power of her crossbow to shoot acorns at her opponent. Her Q ability ultimate is Unbeatable Squirrel Tsunami, where you drop a entire army of squirrels at their opponent, and they have about 600 health, so they are hard to kill until they're done. Your left quick is called Tail Bounce, and then this shift will allow you to basically bounce up to higher level areas. Her E is called Mammal Bond, which reload burst unicorns and can use the ability without a cooldown once it's short. Her right shot is called Squirrel Blockade, which allows you to throw a giant blockade of squirrels and imprison an enemy. And finally, her C ability, which is her team up, is called Webbed Unicorn. This is done when she was working with Spider-Man. Basically, she throws a bomb and then it can spread out and web tie them. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. And now we'll go see her abilities in the practice range.
Well, so I have a genetic anomaly, but I'm not a mutant. And please don't ask me what the difference is, because I don't know. Tippy-toe spotted bad guys. There they are.
So when we start out, we're going to use her left click. This is going to be her burst acorn, her normal shot.
Fans are going to be so mad at me.
Now, she doesn't have a straight double jump per se, but she does have the left shift bounce, which will allow you to get to higher places, and it will get you pretty much the same height as other characters with a double jump. Now, your right click is going to activate this giant acorn, which will lock them in place, and then you shoot them and get rid of it. Now, you can hit E, which is your Mammal Bond, which will give you a chance to have a second one of your abilities with no cost. So I could just throw the 2 acorns, I could have just taken 2 jumps, I could have done one of each. It didn't really matter, the choice is completely yours.
6 in a row. Way to go.
And then you can use your bounce to get to places that are much higher, which is pretty awesome. And then unleash hell. And by hell, I mean a bunch of squirrels. Boop. And they just kind of go wherever they want. They might bounce back. They might hit people. They might not. They are kind of crazy. And then, of course, when you're with Spider-Man, you have the C ability to sling some spider webs at people and hold them in place, which gives you a second AoE stay in control, which is actually pretty powerful. So we got to play Squirrel Girl starting after the live stream of Necros Flat, and I have to say that it made me instantly fall in love and want to actually play a duelist. Like, this actually made me want to play duelist because of how fun her set is. Milana Weintraub made me absolutely laugh hysterically, and there's some really good lines between her and Spectre and her and Spider-Man, and like there's all this playful interaction. She's talking about her squirrels, and she is actually a lot of fun to play. The slingshot feels really good on both sides, whether you're just firing nuts at your opponent or chucking a giant acorn at someone to freeze them in place. I like the reload ability where it gives you a choice of having a second cooldownless either acorn or tail jump. Like, she just feels a lot of fun. I love the slingshot. I love the classic spider sling she uses as her team up ability. Like, she's just a lot of fun. And then her ultimate is just a riot. You send out an army of squirrels, they go get crazy, they go through people. Now, there is one smart move you can do before your ultimate, and it's a nice little combo. You freeze someone with a nut, you activate your E, reload, throw another giant acorn, freeze them both in place, and then let the army go so they're gonna be guaranteed hits. And you're probably gonna get kills because they do a ton of damage, then they bounce off walls and they'll come back. And if you didn't get the kill, you should be able to clean them up yourself. She can rack up KOs very quickly. She has the ability to get high like some of the double jumpers. It's not a true double jumper that with that tail bounce, but she can get just as high as Hawkeye or as Moon Knight can, so she can get to those high to reach places. She has pretty good range on her slingshot because you get them bounce off her acorns after you shoot them, so you can shoot them into like tight spots and let them kind of bounce. It feels a lot like you're playing Junkrat, like the ability to jump off of bombs, to get to high places, the way your balls bounce just like the acorns do. Like, it feels like female Melania Van Troob hilarious version of Junkrat. Like, this is going to be where every Junkrat main flocks to. And I have to say, she feels really good. She feels very funny. She's one of those characters that has a great personality to go along with the larger than life persona. And let's not forget the fact that she's ridiculously strong. And you feel that when you hit someone dead on with an acorn. Like, you feel like they just been depleted from the universe. Like, let's be honest, she defeated Galactus. I have to say that she went from a character that was really thought was interesting. She was announced, and I was praying that she would be a Vanguard, but she wasn't. But she is just an absolute blast to play. I'll be honest, if I see people playing Vanguards and strategists, I'm going to immediately jump onto Squirrel Girl and play the Duelist role, because that is one of the few times I actually enjoy myself. And she's just an absolute blast to play. She's the most fun character, I think. And that's something that these games need. They need that one character who's just a lot of fun to play. Now, will Black Widow be able to counter her? She can. She can sneak in and she can snipe her from distances and doesn't let her get as close to use that slingshot. But there's going to be that thing with every other team shooter. You have 33 characters that launch. There's going to be weaknesses and strengths against other characters, but she can absolutely explode a Vanguard line. And she will break through, and she will also wreck all the strategists by getting behind the line, fighting on the back line, and she can go one-on-one with pretty much any duelist in this game. She is an absolute blast. She's going to be listed at S tier on most people's list, and get to learning how to play Squirrel Girl. And if you're a Junkrat main, well, you should know how to do it pretty quickly then. So enjoy the Squirrel Girl. Let me know what you think of her as a duelist. Let me know what you think of Squirrel Girl in the game. Have you played her yet? Are you going to play her? Is she going to be your main? Or are you just like, I am all in on Squirrel Girl? Or are you like J Shotclass, who's just mad she exists? That's up to you. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching, and later, mates.